Dear fellow scientists and guests, I'd very much like to be with you in Ulm today to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Helmholtz Institute. Ulm, this must be a great day for you, and congratulations for achieving this time. I very much liked Ulm when I visited it. I had a great time even before the Nobel Prize award. When I first got there, I went for a stroll along your riverbank for the beautiful scenery there and saw all the conkers falling from the trees. It reminded me of my childhood. We then went out for a very nice meal in the evening. I had great hospitality from the beginning of getting into town until the time I left. But clearly the highlight of my time there was the day the Nobel Prize was awarded. That morning, I gave my keynote lecture. I left the lecture hall shortly afterwards, and Margaret stopped me and said, "There's a telephone call coming in from you. They've been trying to get hold of you. Just wait a few minutes." After maybe 5 minutes, she handed me her cell phone, and it was the Nobel Committee in Stockholm telling me that the three of us had won the Nobel Prize in chemistry. I think I was shocked because she said I showed no excitement, but I think it took a while for it to sink in as to what exactly had happened. They told me not to say anything at that time. So I went back in the lecture hall, and just as the last talk was finishing, the Q&A was starting up. Somebody, I think it was the moderator of that session, had been clearly listening into Stockholm and made the announcement. And bedlam set in from that point onwards. I think within 30 minutes, Reuters, AP, and the other news services were there. And it wasn't much later that the mayor of Ulm also came in to congratulate me. And I think he wanted his picture probably in the papers the next day. That evening, the organizers and the hotel put on a nice little banquet for us. And then I went back to my room and had a press conference in the United States from the room set up by my university. And the following morning, I flew back to the US just as I planned to do and got outstanding service from Lufthansa. They clearly saw my picture on the front page of their newspaper. So I think I got spoiled all the way back. But let me not dwell anymore on myself and the Nobel Prize. Really, the Nobel Prize itself is, I would say, always making a revolution in our field. It's great for all the scientists and engineers in energy storage. I think people knew there were lithium batteries in watches, computers, laptops before then, but they weren't, I think, really aware of how important lithium-ion batteries were to save renewable energy, grid storage, and the electric vehicles. And to make those work, it's going to take a tremendous amount of work on all our parts. All of us got plenty more research to do. So kind politicians in the audience, please give more funding to my German colleagues. Germany is leading the charge, I think, in Europe for clean energy. And we've got to have good, clean, renewable energy so we can leave a cleaner environment to our children and grandchildren. I'd like to make a few comments for younger scientists in the audience. 3 things I want to say. First, do what excites you. Don't do it for the money. You'll in the end be not happy. You'll not get rich as a scientist, but you'll have many challenges in your life and be excited about it. Second is do what you want to do. Choose the project as far as possible that you want to do. And third, be willing to take risks. Do not be conservative. You're going to make mistakes, but you learn far more from making mistakes than you do from successes. Any startup company CEO will tell you that. So don't be afraid of that. So to conclude, congratulations on your 10th anniversary. I hope to still be around when you come up for your 20th anniversary. And I hope you do great things in the meantime. Thank you all very much.